Welcome guys, so this will be my 5th sealed March of the Machine. I'll just get it started. So we're doing best of 3 today. Right, so we've got these rares plus 2 more because of the Multiverse Legends thingy. Interestingly, that is not showing the Multiverse Legends symbol on Gigan Cyberclaw Terror. That's actually showing the Ikoria symbol, which is interesting. I wonder if it's because it's a different picture or something like that. Anyway, as for our other rares, we've got Drana and Ninvala, black, white, white, and 1. 3/4 flying vigilance. Activated abilities of creatures your opponents control can't be activated. Drana and Ninvala has all activated abilities of all creatures your opponents control. You can spend mana of any colour to activate those abilities. I'd really have to rack my brains to try and think of creatures with activated abilities that would be relevant. I mean, there is an example in the bottom right hand corner here. Voldaren's Thrillseeker has an activated ability. 1 mana, sacrifice this creature, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. This is involved in quite a few combo decks where there are quite high power creatures. Also, yeah, it seems pretty good. It's got backup too, so it's at least a 3/3 creature. And because it's got backup, it's letting you sacrifice something else when it comes into play. So, pretty cool card. I've played quite a lot with this card. Also known as Gyruda. What is he? Something of the Depths. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that. But yeah, 6/6 companion. Is a companion if your deck contains only cards with even mana values. When Gyruda enters the battlefield, each player mills 4. Put a creature card with an even mana value from among the milled cards onto the battlefield under your control. So that could be pretty cool. Then we've got a blue battle, Invasion of Arcavios. I haven't seen this one. It's actually got 7 battle counters. I've never seen 7 before. So for 5 mana, when it enters the battlefield, search your library, graveyard, or outside the game. So you're you can look at your sideboard for an instant or sorcery card you own, reveal it, and put it into your hand. And yeah, so if you search for library, you have to shuffle. If you somehow flip this battle, you get the Invocation of the Founder's Enchantment. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand, you may copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copies. So that's pretty powerful. Just copying every instant or sorcery. Though in limited, you tend to... Yeah, you don't have that many instants and sorceries that are playable. So it's... still, it's quite an interesting card, but it's a 5 mana tutor or regrowth effect. Pretty expensive. It might not be playable. However, I've seen this before. This is highly rated. So this is Invasion of Ixalan, and it's a 2 mana battle. So that's more like it. Green and 1. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. So that is really good utility card selection. So you could just imagine you get that in your opening hand, and it's a 2-lander. Suddenly you fixed your opening hand because you're guaranteed to find land number 3 pretty much. You're looking at your top 5 cards. You can't. I mean, hopefully you have a land there. And it's just good utility at all points in the game. 2 mana's fine, really. It's like an impulse, basically. If you flip this, you get a 4/3 trample. and it becomes indestructible at the end of turn if you can't, whenever you cast a spell. So that's quite nice. So that's a good card. Oh, the Boon-bringer Valkyrie. Yes. Now you're talking. Yeah, I was looking up this card earlier. I was looking at a tier list, actually, and they gave this an A grade. So 2 white and 3 for a 4/4 with flying, first strike, lifelink, and backup 1. So it can come into play as a 5/5. It's a bit like there's a legendary angel from a few sets ago. I forget the name of it, but it's 5/5 flying, first strike, lifelink, and I think protection from demons and dragons. But this is great because it's got backup. You can give something else flying, first strike, and lifelink, and a +1/+1 token for 1 turn. So effectively, it's sort of all these abilities have got haste if you've got a creature in play. Pretty nice. I think we want to be playing that, and that suggests we probably bring these two along, even though I guess, yeah, 3/4 flyer for flying vigilance for 4 is good, even if the other ability probably does nothing. And there's the Thrill Seeker as well, which is just okay, I would say, pretty decent. Needs other things to sort of make it more relevant. Okie doke. First thing, we're going to look at the other 2 rares. Right, okay, I've had this card before, Gyruda Gravegardener from Multiverse Legends. So 5/5 for 5. Whenever another non-token creature dies, you flip it over and it becomes a forest. I did play this before, and I never got it to trigger a single time because they used their removal on this card, obviously. Wow, and this is the 3rd time I've seen Rona, Herald of Invasion. Seems like a good card. I mean, it's 2 mana, you can tap it to draw and discard, and that becomes a late game threat. It just seems a good all-rounder. I think I'll go through colour by colour. I have taken to starting at the opposite end, so I'll just look at the lands we've got available. Right, so we just have Blossoming Sands for our only dual land. I think I'll start with artifacts here, so we'll see if we've got any fixing. Flywheel Racer is potentially fixing. I think I played it before, but I never actually tapped it for mana, because you do need another creature to crew it. And there's also Urn of Godfire, so this is expensive mana fixing. You've got to put 2 mana in, so it's not ideal, but in a pinch, maybe you might use that. So we'll look at green. Green usually has mana fixing things. I'm interested in also, so bombs, removal, evasion, aggro, and dross. It's the BREAD acronym. So I'm just looking at bombs, removal, evasion really. So Atrax's Fool is removal. Of course, I just looked at the tier list today. I think the name of the guy is Luna or Lula. Anyway, this got a D rating, which is, I'm not surprised that, because anything that's sort of conditional removal like this is not that great, I suppose. Sometimes it's a dead card. You don't want to risk playing a dead card in your deck. I guess is the reasoning. But I'm going to consider this as removal. Cosmic Hunger is removal. It's the 3rd time I've got Finn the Fangbearer. So anything with Death Touch I like, because it can just trade off it's like a removal spell. Invasion of Ixalan is 2 mana fixing. You can sort of find a land. I like the Wary Thespian, so this can surveil for 1 when it enters the battlefield and when it dies, so that can help you get to a 3rd land a bit quicker. Overgrown Pest. Right, looks at the top 5. You can reveal a land or double face card and put it into your hand. So it's another fixing card. It is a 3 mana fixing, but I think that's pretty good. The Moloch is pretty cool. I did play this in my last deck. So if your opponent plays a blue or black card, you can flash this into play. Well, I mean, you can always flash it into play, but you can get card advantage. You can look at the top 4 cards and take a permanent. So you can get card advantage. I think this is pretty good. And it's because it's got flash, it's a surprise blocker, so it's like a removal spell in some situations. So I think I like that. Tandem Takedown is just removal. War Historian has reach, which is quite nice. Carapace not so good. Invasion of Zendikar is a really good ramp spell. You can find 2 basic lands, but yeah, well, I don't know, maybe skip. Well, yeah, okay, that's a really good fixing card. Let's put it in on that basis. Wildwood Escort is card advantage, but it's 5 mana, so I think it doesn't make the cut just yet. Eudora, 5/5 for 5. Yep, basically just a big creature. Timberland Ancient's good. Anything with land cycling is good. So it's 2 mana, can ensure that you get that 3rd land. And then Emoti, Celebrant of Bounty, is absolutely fantastic because it's got Cascade and it gives anything with mana value 6 cascading, including things like these big creatures. Right. So green looks good on that basis. Yeah, we've included 13 green cards there. We've even got a 2-drop we can add in if we want for aggro purposes. Right. Let's look at red. Mirror and Bane Splitter. Okay, so flash and gives +2 and equip for 3. Yeah, so this is very similar to another card that rotated out last year. The Duelist's Rapier, but they've just brought the equip cost down from 4 to 3, so it's a slightly better Duelist's Rapier. This could help your smaller creature trade up the bigger creature. It's a bit like a combat trick, but it also it stays around as a permanent, so it gives you a bit of extra value, gives you another option for your mana. But I think we skip past it for the moment. Rouse Reinforcements, you get 2 tokens. That's quite good. This guy's got haste. Can give something else haste. Quite good. This is gain control temporarily. Yep, that's okay. Hanger Scrounger. So this lets you discard and draw. Turn it comes into play. I think, yeah, it's 3 mana. It's just, it's just about playable, I think. Invasion of Regatha. Oh, this is the good one that does damage. It deals 4 damage to another target battle or opponent and 1 damage to a creature. Really nice if you can take out a 1 toughness creature. Has to be another target battle, I suppose. I think that's pretty good for flipping battles. Yeah. The Marauding Dreadship, 4/1 haste, but it also incubates for 2. So you're getting 2 creatures effectively for 3 mana. One of them's a vehicle, but so yeah, if you've got 5 mana, it's a 4/1 haste vehicle. It's pretty good. but I'll skip past it. Thrill Seeker is of course fantastic. And then we've got all of these multicolored things in red as well. Storm Sculptor is good. This makes a couple of tokens. And Convoke, yeah, it's got synergy with Convoke. Jury's got synergy with Sacrifice. Actually, what we do is we leave out the Storm Sculptor. We come back to this if we find we have lots of Convoke cards, I think. And same for Sacrifice cards and Jury. Mirror Shield Hoplite. Ah, that's good with backup. You can double up on your backup. That seems like really good value. I'm just going to throw that in there. But it's looking like red is not all that good on this evidence. We've only included 4 red cards. Nothing has really jumped out at me. In fact, yeah, just to save probably a bit of time, I think we just drop these red cards I've just added. I think it's just not happening. It's not viable. Let's go to black. Corrupted Conviction. Yeah, I'd played this the other day. Yes, this is basically Village Rites. Sacrifice a creature, add instant speed, draw 2 cards. It's pretty good. It's pretty good card advantage a lot of the time. When that's it, specifically when your opponent's using a removal card on one of your creatures. Mirrored and Avenged is a removal spell. We like that. Dreg Recycler, so you can, a little bit like Corrupted Conviction, you can get a bit of value out of your creatures that are getting blown up. But this time it's would be a 1-point drain life, so it's kind of like direct damage. So arguably this is like an evasion card. I think I include it. Flitting Gorilla has flying, so that's evasion. We like that. The Glistening Deluge. Ooh, all creatures get -1 till end of turn. Green and white creatures get -3 in total. Yeah. Big removal spell basically. Vanquish the Weak is removal. Okay. Lifelink, 3/3 lifelink creature effectively. Pretty cool. Nezumi Freewheeler. Menace, 3/3 Menace. So yeah, decent evasion creature that can transform into something pretty good that gives you a 2-drop back from your graveyard. 2-drop permanent. That seems really good. Exos Boon-bringer. This can do direct damage. It can hit battles as well. But it's a 5-drop, I think. Got to think about whether we want to add that or not. We get more removal here, failed conversion, and 2 merciless repurposing. I like playing this in decks, but I never actually, when I draw it, I never seem to play it. It is a bit too expensive, maybe. We've got, of course, Drana and Linvala. We've got Sculpted Perfection, which gives Incubate 2 and boosts your Phyrexians by 1, which that could be very good if you have a lot of Phyrexians. We've only got 1 Phyrexian. Okay, that's surprising. I'm going to include that anyway because no, we'll come back to that one. Cyberclaw Terror does seem quite good, so that's okay. Set as companion. No, we can't set that as companion. Okay, we'll look at blue cards. Captive Weird. Okay, 1/3 defender, and it can become a 3/3 for 3 mana, and it gives you a bit of card advantage. That seems quite good. Just skip it for now, though. Right, counter creature or battle for unless a controller plays 4. and then you get Incubate 2 if they do. Yeah, that seems like a good removal card, basically. 2 mana fixing card. You can look at the top 3 and take 1. That's good. Negate's not so good because everyone's probably playing about 17 creatures. There aren't enough targets for this to be good, I think, for non-creature spells. Oracle of Tragedy also. This is draw and discard, so this is 2 mana fixing. That is good. Order of the Mirror. 2/1. Oh yeah, it becomes a 3/3 flanking, so it's yeah, pretty decent knight. We've got Rona, which also does draw and discard. So if we play blue, we should have a very we should quite easily be able to fix our opening hand. There's lots of different options there. The Zhalfirin Shapecraft. This draws a card. Good with your tokens, with your incubator token creatures, because it will you'll get boosted by the number of +1/+1s it's got. Arguably that's pretty good because it's a cantrip. It's cheap card draw. So the next one, Furtive Analyst. That is draw and discard, but because it costs 3, because it costs 2 every time you use it, it's not worth considering. Xerex Strobe Knight. Flying Vigilance. 2/2 for 3. Oh wow, you can just tap it and make a creature token if you've cast 2 spells this turn. That seems fantastic. That seems like should be a rare, but it's uncommon. Okay, Inga Rune-Eyes is pretty good, so scry 3 for 4 mana, but we'll skip it for now. Invasion of Kamigawa. Taps something down and stuns it. I think that's pretty good. It's basically removal. Invasion of Vryn is draw 3 and discard. Yeah, it's a pretty good card draw card. But we'll skip it for the moment. Okay, more card draw. Okay, this can stun something. That's pretty good. Temporal Cleansing is removal. Wicked Slumber's removal as well. This is pretty interesting, but I think we'll skip it for the moment. That's not a flyer, and this is an unblockable. Blue looks pretty good. 15 blue cards. And we'll see what white is like, because the rares, with the rares we have, we could play, it looked like white and black might be good. With Drana and Linvala and the white rare, the Boon-bringer Valkyrie. Just add that. So, during Bond Warden, basically a 1/2. Dune Shaper can become a trample creature. So I think that's quite good. That's got lifelink. It's quite nice. This can make an extra token when it's attacking. These are all sort of aggro things, these 2-drop creatures. We'll skip these and come back to them. Yep. Well, this thing though, that's quite interesting. This can tap things down. This is effectively removal. And this makes a makes a creature. It's quite good. Okay, this Tiller of Flash seems pretty good. It's good value for when you're casting spells on things, which includes removal spells on your opponent's creatures, so which you were definitely planning to do. So I think this is almost a bomb, really. It's just keeps making more and more creatures. And this thing is a flyer, so we like that. Okay, and we have a look at where we are. So there's only 8 white cards, but we've got all of these 2-drops we could add as well, and this 3-drop, this 4-drop. How many Phyrexians did we end up with? Just 2. I'll just see how many we've left out. It was the Etched Host Boon-bringer there. So yeah, Alabaster Host Sanctifier is a Phyrexian. All these transform things turn into Phyrexians. Right, so green and blue look pretty strong. And we have this, there is this nice green-blue card, uncommon, Emoti Celebrant of Bounty, that has Cascade. I've had it a couple of times and I've just not played the combination of green and blue with it. So I feel like I ought to try it out at some point. I notice we do have our land cycling creatures are in green and blue as well. That's really nice. They also, I noticed they're even numbered, which goes well with Gyruda. In fact, I'll cut white and black. Just for the moment, just to see what green-blue looks like. Right. We've got a fair few things we can add in as well. I think we'd probably add Invasion of Arcavios. And it looks like we could play 6. We could play 4 6-drops with Emoti, which would be quite good. Something to aim at. Suppose we could even chuck in Phyrexian Archivist. And yeah, mana curve wise, that's not too bad. So got quite a few 2-drops to choose from. I think the first thing we'll probably drop is Atraxas Fall. And I think I'll call that end of part 1, because I need to just have a bit of a think about this one. But thanks for watching so far. And I'm back. So I've had quite a break actually, thinking about this deck, about 48 hours. I sat down to play yesterday, couldn't decide what to do, and did something else. It was a bit, yeah, it's been quite difficult to decide. It's usually when there's two very strong options. That's the problem here. So I've gone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try this Gyruda, Doom of the Depths, as companion deck. So you're only allowed even casting costs in the deck, and it just white and blue. I think were pretty strong. I mean, I've got a decent 2-drop slot, decent 4-drop slot, a couple of 6-drops as well. So I think I can get away with it. That's what I hope. Anyway, the trouble is, of course, if you take off companion filtering here, we've got an absolutely fantastic bomb at 5 mana, the Boon-bringer Valkyrie. So this is just, I found it just impossible to choose between having this somewhere in the deck or having a Gyruda companion. We've also got the other quite good one is Xerax Strobe Knight. It's just an uncommon, but it can make knights if you've cast 2 spells. And we've got some good 1-drops. I was thinking of playing Captive Weird and Target Dune Shaper. That helps me play the 2 spells you need to make a knight with the Xerax Strobe Knight. So that's something else we've going on there. If we look at, oh yeah, Emoti, Celebrant of Bounty, of course. I've been looking forward to playing this at some point, but it's a 5-drop. So I'm thinking I will try this Gyruda deck, and as soon as I've got a match loss with this, I'll probably switch to blue-white. I mean, I'll stick with blue-white, but I might splash for Emoti. So it's just 1 green. So I've moved away from green. I'm not sure if it's a good idea, but one observation, you've got, so Sandstalker Moloch is double green. We've got 2 tandem takedowns, which are double greens. Maybe I'm going to struggle to cast those. Green is good for fixing the mana, of course. We've got Invasion of Ixalan, Overgrown Pest, which can help you find a land. And Invasion of Zendikar, of course, as well. But maybe just not the sheer amount of cards you would need in the Gyruda deck. Yeah. So that's sort of why I've dropped green. And we've got some knight synergy in white-blue. And it's not something I've not tried before, so I think I want to at least try this out. Let's see, what do we need? More blue? Or yeah, we need more blue than white because we've got more blue spells. We've got our fixing spells are things like Moment of Truth to find, that 3rd land, which you need once in a while. And the deck has got 14 creatures, so there's a chance, of course, with Gyruda you just whiff, you don't hit anything. Yeah, that's always going to be a possibility. As long as you got more than 25% of the deck as creatures, then you expect to hit a creature in the top 4 cards, and then you've got a chance of hitting one in your opponent's deck as well. On top of that, I think it's a bit unlucky if you don't hit anything. It's probably a 10% chance or something. Anyway, let's, without further ado, let's play the first match and just see how we do. Because yeah, it's best of 3, so yeah, you only get you're only allowed 2 match. Well, you're knocked out after 2 match losses, so it seems to make sense. Like try out both ideas until you lose with them. The argument for companions, it's basically an extra card you have in your hand, guaranteed. every game, and that just makes it quite strong. I don't know if it's stronger than having a Boon-bringer Valkyrie in the deck, but it seems quite good. Alright, I'm going to play first. Okay, white and blue. Okay, we've got a couple of 2-drops. Funnily enough, we don't have any 3-drops, but that's because we're not playing any. We'll keep. And with any luck, we can get Inga Rune-Eyes turn 4 and scry for 3 and find the next lands. So I'm going to play the plains there. Probably Sunblessed Guardian is a good one to lead out with. A bit more aggressive. Basically a grizzly bear at this point, but... Okay, didn't play anything. We've hit a 4th land. Let's swing in. And of course we could put Gyruda or Gygan in the hand for 3 mana. But we can play something. I think we should draw and discard, to be honest, with this. Or should we? No, let's put Gygan in the hand now. We'll hold on to this until we need it, I think. So we've got we just need to find one more land. We'll be able to play the Cyberclaw Turret in 2 turns. So we go Inga. Wicked Slumber's quite good. Put a plains on the bottom. I'm going to say make sure we draw the land next turn. This could transform next turn into a 3/3. Right, I should probably look. I can look up combat tricks. I'm just thinking it's at the combat trick stage now. Can I remember what the green combat trick is? There's white one is aerial boost, which is +2/+2 and flying. Arachnoid adaptation is +2/+2 and reach for 1 green. Okay. Okay, he's swinging in with a 4/4 with Death Touch. So yeah, that's right. I'd have to trade both of these. So that's not good. But we'd kill that and we'd probably draw 3 cards. Wait a second here. Let's try that, because we're killing the War Historian. Unless we missed the 1 white combat trick. Do we draw 3 cards? I guess they all die at the same time. I draw 3 cards. Wow. That's good. Let's look at our time as well. 27 minutes. You've got to be careful with your time here and not run out. You only have half an hour for all 3 games. I'm going to play an island. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 cards in my hand. I could do a Wicked Slumber. Tell you what, that's been built up to a 3/2, so it's really just a target. I think I like the Invasion of Kamigawa here, and just stun his 3/2. And I've got a nice battle I can sort of aim at some point. Alright, what's funny is Temporal Cleansing can shuffle something into his deck, which I can then steal with Gyruda, which I think I might... This seems good. Distribute up to that many plus... Okay, Legendary Unicorn. I want to steal that. So I'm going to play a 2-drop, and I'm going to put that... He'll have to put that on the bottom of his library, won't he? Or I could put my own Gyruda. Yeah. It's an interesting situation. We just slam Gyruda now and hope for the best. Because this is just a 2/2 lifelink that does something quite cool. No, I think it's a threat. It's a threat. It's going to maybe I want to shuffle things in. Shuffle Inga back in. And let's go next. Now you might have a combat trick to try and save Lathiel, but that's okay. What did I do? Oh yeah, I completely forgot that that's a sorcery. I was looking at this one as well. That's instant. This one's sorcery. That's terrible. Okay. Block this one. So he gets 2 +1/+1s. So we're going to somehow contrive to lose this game now, I think. Overthought it and just didn't see the crucial thing on that card there. But never mind. So how scared are we now of all of this? He's got a 4/3. He's going to swing for 5 next turn. Okay, my turn. Right, I want to put that in your library. Please. And I still got... Oh, yeah, Wicked Slumber mana. That will help just mitigate some damage. That's probably a good idea. No attacks. So you could put 2 stuns on his 4/3, I think. I think that makes sense. So past 2 attackers, no. We want a Wicked Slumber right now with Convoke. Auto pay. Boom. How much time have we got? 24 minutes. Put a stun counter on you. Put another stun counter on you. Right, good. Ooh, another one. Okay, well, it is Cyberclaw Terror time, I've decided. We'll do this pre-combat, see if it could be, a Bowler Slinger or something that can put a token on. Right, obviously he's got that. Let's look at my graveyard. Protocol Knight's quite good, but I like that. And I'm going to swing in and probably just hit Invasion of Kamigawa. Makes sense. I'm on 20 cards, he's on 23. Oh dear. Right. Something's going away. So the Gigan Cyberclaw Terror. That's interesting. Just to be... I can Wicked Slumber these two. No, I've got plenty of mana. I don't need to do that. Right, Bowler Slinger comes out. We'll put a token on the Oracle here. No need to use Wicked Slumber yet, and we'll swing in on this thing. And we should be able to tap down a blocker. Cut short on there. Ah, oh, man. Well, that's a shame. Two damage through on the battle. Play this Knight and end the turn. Okay, that just makes mana. I don't think there's any need to deploy Wicked Slumber here. So, my turn. We can, yeah, flip this for 4. Pretty cool. Don't need to spend any life. Right, so... I think, yeah, you go there, and you go face. Let me tap the 3/4. Okay, Angelic Intervention. Okay, well, let's just sort of mess that up for him, because I'm going to lose a creature now if I don't use Wicked Slumber. And tap them down. Stun counter. Stun counter. It doesn't untap it, does it? That would be sad. It's 5/6 now. I might get a flyer, which draws me cards when it hits people, which has got to be pretty good, right? 4/3 has untapped. He's got another 1/1. So obviously I'm tapping down his 4/3 now. Right, all attack. 4 attackers. Tap the 4/3. Oh yeah, that is a good shout. Then you can put that on another thing. Probably better off just killing the 1/1. Okay, Zhalfirin Shapecraft. That's a good combat trick thing. So, yeah, I can't tap his stuff down anymore. Okay. Right, just sort of swing in with everything. So I'm going to spellcraft that so it can trade off. And I want to shuffle some things back in the deck so I don't get messed up. Night Slinger, another Wicked Slumber. Yeah. Oh, 4. Let's have a Temporal Cleansing as well. And it brings the ratio up of spells to land as well, which is nice. That gets to 3/3. Oh, because this thing is adding more counters. Ah, of course, yeah. I remember how that works. Right, so we got our big creature here, and we've got enough for a counter spell. Tap 2 on the untapped creatures, so Knight can provide 2 creatures next turn. I can get through with 5. Okay, flyer and unblockable thingy. Nice tandem takedown. card. Oh, Wicked Slumber's going to be good. I don't think he's going to attack, and then we Wicked Slumber them at the end of turn. Okay, that gets game one. Obviously can't really bring in anything unless... right. Do want to bring... I can bring in Negate. That's sort of a reasonable thing to think about. How scared... I wasn't that scared of his spells, though. I think I'll just say done. Go. Right. Wow, okay, a 6-lander with Moment of Truth. Good news is I get a guaranteed Gigan on turn 6. Moment of Truth can find some kind of action. Right, the rule of thumb is you mulligan 1-landers, 0-landers, 6-landers, 7-landers. I kind of like this hand. I'm going to keep it. And we've top deck Rona. Fantastic. That's a really good 2-drop. And a Bowler Slinger, yeah. See? It's like, you know, if you've got no land, you want to top deck land. If you've got no creatures, you just have to top deck your creatures. I think that's all it comes down to. Yeah, that's quite threatening, I suppose. So actually, okay, the flywheel thing. Yeah, we can't tap it this turn. Rona's great because we can discard stuff. I think let's pay 3 mana for this now. And let's think about discarding a card end of turn. Okay, that's an aggressive start. Okay, wonder what we can do about that. We'll draw a card, discard a card. Let's discard an island. I think we'll draw it. I'm pretty confident we'll draw another land at some point. Got Wicked Slumber to tap his guys down, or we can go for a couple of 2/2s. That seems good. So it's slightly risky, but we could actually Rona. No, that doesn't work. The slightly risky block is doing that and hoping he doesn't have a combat trick. But that's what I'm going to go for, or instant speed removal. Tandem takedown. Okay, we forced him to use a removal card, and we didn't know he had that one. So he gets sort of he gets both of those creatures for that removal spell. But I get a block in. I can draw and then discard. Sort of think about what I want to discard afterwards. Flywheel Racer. Do we need that? I think it's all right. Wicked Slumber, definitely good. Moment of Truth. I'm going to say we don't need Moment of Truth at the moment. Go for the 5 mana. It's a question of, are we going to try and put up a serious defense? Or are we just going to do Wicked Slumber? I'll put out a Bowler Slinger. I will pump up Rhino to 2/4. And no attacks, and end turn. She can obviously transform for 5 as well. Oh, that's a big one. He's got 1 green, so he can get +2/+2 on something. Okay, let's keep drawing. Okay, we just definitely don't need a 7th land, so let's get rid of that. Just slam the Gigant Cyberclaw Terror. Seems good. Oh. Draw a card. Discard something. That's a nice little 2-drop that can trade quite nicely. I don't think we need the Flywheel Racer, that's just a bit awkward. I saw something there. Okay, oh, we got the Intercessor. Oh, good hit. Good, very good hit. Let's take out the big creature. No attacks. Wait. Tap down the Death Toucher. Yeah, just tap down the Death Toucher. And no, what am I doing? Tap down the 3/3. Yeah, tap down the 3/3. Just attack with that. Keep Rona because she becomes an absolute monster. Potentially next turn, so... Down to 19 cards. He's got a lifelink. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, when I had 4 creatures, of course, I could still cast Wicked Slumber. So that could have been a good thing to do at the end, to not attack and use that. Check. Right, I'm on, 12 minutes. Is that right? What have I been thinking about? He's 6 minutes ahead of me. Storm the Seed Core to make some huge creatures. Okay. Yep, pretty impressive. Okay, my turn. Didn't use Rona, but never mind. Planes, so we'll put the big lifelink in the library. So Seems to make sense. We attack with Gigan. And we'll just play a 2-drop in the turn. And then we can still cast Wicked Slumber. If he plays another blocker. There's a blocker. Yeah, Wicked Slumber's pretty good, I think. You get a stun counter. I'll give you a stun counter as well. We'll flip Rona. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. That was pretty good. Okay, we keep going with the Gyruda deck. So that's a real relief actually getting one win with it. Death Rattle Oni. Okay. Pretty interesting. Let's add that to decks as well before I forget. Yeah, I think there's going to be some good targets in my opponent's decks. I forgot about Alabaster Host Sanctifier. That's a nice 6-drop that a lot of people are going to be playing. Okay, we have the first issue here, 2 planes. Opponent's going first, so I'm drawing an extra card. I think we go ahead and look at another hand. This time we have 3 planes, but we can cycle Tidal Terror. We can get the creature on turn 3. I think we'll drop Wicked Slumber, keep 6. Oh, there's an island. Well, that's a nice top deck. Furnace Gremlin. Ah, yes. Okay, this guy. Yeah. So, yeah, we could trade off, and he could get a thingy. I think no blocks here. This can turn into a 3/3 and be quite powerful. So, pay 1 life point. Yeah, but 2 life points. My mistake. And I don't want to. I think I want to do damage. I'm going to run in like that. I want him to be worried about blocking. Pump and another pump. Oh, that's good. That's good in a way. So we can. Yeah, I think I like a bowler slinger here. And just maybe build this up into something spectacular that he's got to deal with and attack. Oh, yeah. I forgot that that's what bowler slinger does, yeah. Good chance we're just gonna island cycle this next turn if we don't hit a land drop. Okay, I'll block your 1/1. He's probably got the black damage thing. I don't mind him spending so much mana trying to just do me damage. Oh, that's good. Okay. So we've actually, yeah, we can do a guaranteed Gigan next turn. I can keep Bowler Slinger back to block, I think. I think that seems pretty a pretty good move. And if he's been holding back hand removal for my Gigan, I'm going to be unhappy. But that would have been a very smart move on his part. So he can get quite a big incubate token out of all this. I feel like now I definitely have to think about blocking it. It's another Ica drinker. Okay. So low to the ground deck so far. Okay, right. So let's just make sure we hit the island. So we do that with our last 2 mana, so we can definitely Gigan next turn. Are we worried about him just killing me out of nowhere? I think I'll just attack with this one. See if we get another body with Gigan. We haven't whiffed yet, we'll see. Bound to happen at some point. There's a creature. I spotted a creature. There was only one creature, so we got it. It's the 2/2 lifelink. Actually, a very good hit against this deck. We don't know if he's going to kill me out of nowhere with direct damage or something. Oh. So you just you did have hand removal. It was a turn too late. Right, so we could use the negate against his hand removal. It's, tell you what, Thunderhead Squadron, really expensive. We're unlikely to play it. So play the negate is my thinking. Then I can protect my Gyruda potentially from being getting ditched from the hand. Okay, opponent goes first. Right. We have a 2-drop. We have 2 planes. I'm drawing the extra card. It's another risky one, but it is fine if I draw an island. We'll take the risk on this one. I do like having the 2/2 lifelink against this deck. We'll see how we didn't really see any removal at all. Oh, he's mulliganed. We have another 2-drop actually, so that's not bad. Something to do on turn 3. Bonus Gremlin again. I think I'll go with this one first. Probably just trade off with the Furnace Gremlin. And just accept the fact he's going to get a 2/2 Incubate. Thank God for that. We will... So he's going to swing with a 2/2, but I'll swing back with the Lifelinker if he does that. But you know what I could have done? Just let the Gremlin through again, and then if he wants to spend all his mana just pushing extra damage through, then I'm probably fine with that. Right, he can obviously do that at instant speed, so we are going to play Rona. Yeah, and here comes the hand destruction, right. So there is a big card draw card here, which I could discard. Or I could just discard the negate. I'll discard the negate. Ooh, beautiful. Top deck a land. Invasion of Ren, draw 3, discard 1. So we're almost going to be guaranteed to hit land drops, right? Okay. But what do we drop? I think we drop that counter spell as well. I don't particularly like that one. A lot of 1/1s happening on this side of the board. Right, how about draw and discard? Been sort of neglecting Rona here. Okay, we don't need that much land. So we'll put this in the hand, it'll probably get removed. So Oracle of Tragedy can put that back in. I'll just I'll play out another creature, so you know I'm tapped out, but I think I'd rather keep the pressure up. Now, did he hit it? Okay, let's draw another card, please. Cool, another land. Yeah, just get rid of that land. Play the Gigan before he can remove it from my hand, I think. Oh, good idea, yeah. Draw a card. I like Tiller of Flesh. Okay, don't need that island. I saw something. Okay, Informant, your graveyard. We can get Inga Rune-Eyes. That's pretty cool. Scry the top 3. Put these on the bottom. Lightwheel Racer, yeah. I can think I can... That's pretty good against a swarm of creatures, I would say. Six damage, so Gigan is down. You have Obosh. Oh. Okay, I'm not going to draw too many cards. I'm on 16. I'm going to hold back on using Rona, I think. Right, so Oracle of... Although that said, I'm about to shuffle a bunch of cards back in. Okay, I like the Oracle of Tragedy. Not so keen on Obosh. We'll shuffle that guy away. I think I should have a little swing at that with a 3/3 creature. Seems to be smart. Okay, goes through. Play the Oracle of Tragedy, and we'll use the shuffle option. Guy gun, please. That one, that one, that one. Draw a card. That's yeah, he's going to concede that. Okay. 2-match wins. Okay, there might be something to this companion thing. It might just have been a good idea, not a bad idea. But he had his Obosh coming back next turn. Okay, yep, 2-drop, combat trick and more land. It's not too good. There's, it's slow. It's slow and kind of bad. There's no time. I'm going to keep it. That said, this is a cantrip, so this could draw me into something good. But it's a case of, yeah, trying to top deck some action. Okay, islands. Okay, mirror matchup, there's another land. So we're on course for turn 6 Gigan, on the plus side. Might not do anything before that. Another land. I'll just put that in the hand. So yeah, wasn't a good hand. We've top decked 2 lands so far. 3 land. Okay. Alright, I see how it is. This hits for 2, but it's probably 4 because he's probably got backup to go with it, I would guess. Got 2 long turns until we can play Gigan. And it's telegraphed, so he might have a counter spell ready for it. So that's a 3/3. Just try not to cast that on his double striker. But that said, I need to get rid of this and replace it. I'm going to cast that on you. Yeah. Oh, that's not bad. We can at least stun something dangerous. My turn. Okay, another big creature. I've got 3 6-drops in my hand. The fun starts next turn. Well, I mean, you do 3 damage. You do 2, maybe 4. All that. Force him to use his backup card now on the Billy Rider. Oh, something got bounced. Right, so he can make another thingy. And that you can do 2 damage to that, okay. Right, well, we hit 6 mana, he's tapped out. We play the Cyberclaw Terror. Fingers crossed. I think I saw something there. That's a 5-drop. Boo. Okay. We have Protocol Knights. That is bigger than a Bola Slinger. I don't control another knight. That's a 3/3. Yeah, I don't control another knight, so I think Bola Slinger is just about better here, and we'll make it a 3/3 as well. And oh, I can swing in. Good point. Let's see what he gets, though, when he gets this battle. Oh, number of creatures you control. Oh, that's not as scary. It's a Keldon Warlord. So let's crew that with you. And let's go to combat and hit that. Well, that has Vigilance, by the way. That's interesting. If I don't want to risk my Cyberclaw Terror, I could always block with that. He's got a little creature-making endeavour going on here. He's tapped out. Okay, my turn. Tiller of Flesh is good with spells that target things. Alright, so a good question is, do I want to attack? I can play out another big creature. I can tap down a 3/3. I can crew a... yeah. Okay, but I want to use this as a blocker, that's the thing. Okay, so Tidal Terror comes out, I think. Crew with a Tidal Terror. I'm not scared about him these two will go for the battle, and this will go for your face. And the thing I have to tap down, well, I don't have to tap it down, but I'll tap down a 3/3. Okay. Oh, good point. Very good point indeed. I didn't even think he could trade off. But yeah, let's kill those two, please. I flip that and I get a 2/3 creature, I believe. That is a bit of a threat in its own right. Oh, okay. Removal. Yeah, that'll do it. Two of my big boys down. Okay, so we crew that like so, and block. Right. Just attack. Draw a card. Okay, moment of truth. We'll play a Rona. And we'll play... well, I could play Thunderhead Squadron. Why not? It's another big flyer. Tetsuko. So that cannot be blocked. That's a good move. Okay, I can play a couple of 4-drops here. I could flip Rona. So bang, bang, bang. Tap you down. Draw a card. Okay, we just go Inga Rune-Eyes. Yeah, no, we won't tap that. Boom, boom. Okay, good. And then Tiller of Flesh. Okay, gains 4 life, draws a card. Bit harder to win this turn. That is cut short, okay. Mizawa can flip this and get You can get quite a nice creature. Right. Can I not... What's going on here? Past the blockers. Oh, I can't hit it. It's toughness 1 that can't be blocked. Ah. 5, 8, 10, 11. Okay. To flip Rona is 5. Okay. So I've only got 8. So I can't flip Rona, but we won't worry too much about that. He could have some fall. That would that would definitely reset the board. So I'm going to do Moment of Truth now. See if I can find just something that wins. Okay, that's a counter spell. Oh. Right, I see how that works. First time I used that. Yeah, bang, 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 bang. I might as well hit with that as well. 5 attackers. Tap something that's already tapped. And... okay, might as well play that and end the turn. Right. We should be Sunfall proof, hopefully. Well, no. Because he'll have a blocker as well. Daxos gains life. That could do something. Okay, I think the flip side of a battle is not a battle spell, I suspect. He's going to flip this and get a Seraph Faithkeeper. Right, how are we doing on time? We are at 20 minutes. He's still at 23. Still 4 minutes ahead. Excuse me. Yeah, I can flip that and get a Serra Angel, basically. It's got Invasion of Xerax next turn. That's another life point. Okay, let's pop this. And yeah, good game. Well, let's transform you. So that's fun. And we can tap down the Serra Angel. Bola Slinger's pretty good, I think. Okay, game 1 down. I think we had a tricky opening hand there, as I recall. So, do I want negate in this one? Nah. He's got some good battles, though. Could play negate. Looks like it's kind of a grindy game that could go long. I think he could win quite quickly if he gets an early Umezawa. Okay, that looks good enough. So hopefully we can, well, Inga Rune-Eyes can hopefully help me find land 5 and land 6 if we need it. See if he's got the combo and can make that unblockable, because then that is a very fast clock on me. We are going to draw and discard. Tiller of Flesh. That goes really well with Wicked Slumber. I'm going to drop the Knight, actually. Because I still need my land drops. I need to be 100% sure I'm getting these land drops. I'm probably going to play Inga Rune-Eyes or Tiller of Flesh. Oh, just drawing 2 cards. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's still 6. We've hit 6 lands. So I'm going to just pop this in my hand like that and do no attacks. Okay, 100% blocking this. I wonder, are there knights that have flash? That's a good question, because then that would be pretty nasty. He could come in and get me that way. It's actually a scroll shift. Interesting. I think he was going for something there. He thought maybe that the way it would work, it would give the Cavalier first strike. I'm going to go for a Tiller of Flesh now. This, oh, that is now... Okay, oh, I thought you'd make that a 4-2. No. Okay. Right. I think I like Inga Rune-Eyes, scrying, and putting an even casting cost creature on top. So these go to the bottom, and then I'm guaranteed. Well, I'm going to draw this, obviously. So I could put an extra land on top. So I draw the land next turn. Yeah. Okay. There's a certain logic to that, I think. Wicked Slumber is still instant speed. Okie doke. Who's getting bounced? Inga. Do I want to Wicked Slumber here? Yeah, I like the idea. I'm going to go for it. Just going to target you. It's going to trigger my Tiller of Flesh and give me a 2-2. Which is kind of nice. Oh, short on him. Okay, cool. Let's bounce back. Okay. Play the Gigan. Oh. Toughness 1. Your graveyard, though. I think there was some good stuff here. Oh, yeah. Bola Slingers. Protocol Knights. This isn't a knight, is it? We've established Bola Slingers probably better. Yeah. Swing in for 1. We got rid of An Umezawa. That's definitely quite a scary thing. I think we just want to drop the big creature here. Jump blocking, okay. Tidal Terror. We could be playing right into a nasty Sunfall. On the other hand, we're also just putting lethal on the board. And we do that to get another 2 power. 11, yeah, it should be lethal, right? I don't think I need to play anything else. Yeah, okay. This deck is doing the business. It's definitely nice having a guaranteed 6-drop. That's almost always, you know, we've got the deck to kind of help me find land drops. I think the format is slow enough that you can make it to turn 6 most games without too much board presence. Okay, that's a 3-point drain life. So that's nice. Yeah, we get 3 wins. On to the next one. Alright, that's a good 2-drop. That can help me find land number 4 if we need it to. So I think that's pretty good. That looks like a mulligan. Okay. Oh, so this is, yeah, sacrifice, draw a card. That's the 3-1, so we'll play the 2-2 he can't trade with. Managed to get 2 of these, that's impressive. I think blue-black is quite a strong colour combination in this set. Ooh, Ricochet. So this is the thing that can get bigger, especially if you sacrifice something. So yeah, I can kill this. This becomes a 3-4. I'm gonna accept that trade. Cool, so I did draw a creature. Oh, not a creature. The opposite, I mean a land. I'm going to put Cyclical Terror in the hand and do no attacks. Now, can he discard another creature? Ah, Drag Recycler. That's very good. Right. I've got nothing particularly clever. I'm just going to swing in with the 2/2 lifelink. And yeah, we could dump this back in the deck, but it's not really an emergency yet. I think I like having the 2/2s. That seems good. He might be running the sweeper main deck, of course, this guy, which would be -2. I think -3/-3 to all white and green creatures, but -1 to everything else. That would definitely get me here. And that growth happens in end steps, so I could double block this and roll the dice. Not attacking. Okay. Good news. We've hit another land, so we're looking pretty good here. I'm thinking build up the board. So let's before we use any removal. So I'll go with Inga Rune-Eyes. And of course she can scry 3 to set up Gigan. Make sure we actually hit something. Bowler Slinger would be perfect actually. Yeah, that looks good to me. I could put that on top. No, I think I want to draw that. Oops. Assimilate Essence is going to go into the graveyard anyway, so we may as well put that on the bottom. That's what I want to do. And the Oracle can always shuffle things back into the deck. I think that's the right way of doing it. We can still do Temporal Cleansing, but I think I will pass on that. Of course, he's running blue. He could have a counterspell ready for Gigan. He could have hand removal ready. That's getting Deadly Derision. Okay. Fair. I hope you've got removal for Gigan. 6 mana available here. This could be something devastating. He might have Invasion of Fiora, so he's sort of waiting on that. It's actually Invasion of Eldraine, so I do have to discard. I'll discard the Cleansing because that's the one I can get back. I'll discard the Moment of Truth as well. And this thing, if he flips it, is quite nasty. One damage, and that artifact died. Ah, so he gets a token. Nice. Okay, Gigan survived. Boom. Ooh, the Zephyr Singer. 3/4 flyer with vigilance. Yeah, he's not happy with that. Okay, I don't like Invasion of Eldraine. I think this is where I can drop Thunderhead Squadron and pop in Negate. That's something I definitely want to negate. That is a definite path to victory for this guy. Right, we have a 2-drop. We've got a negate. 3 lands, seems good. There's the Dismal Backwater. Oh, hitting the hand early. Yeah. Nasty. Do we hold the negate and keep it up for turn 4? That's definitely an idea. Knights of the Coalition. Maybe they can go. And yeah, it's this is the problem with 3/1s. The 3/1s are not good against his deck here. So, Casey's hit the perfect curve. I'm holding up negate mana this turn. Fortunately, yeah, getting Gigan is a sorcery speed thing. You know what? Those knights could have given this Cavalier first strike. But the Bola Slinger can make this a 4/2 as well, which is quite good. Yeah, there's the 4th land. So the Invasion of Eldraine. Yeah, I can't block that. Or it's well, an incredibly bad idea. Right, he'd have slammed Invasion of Eldraine if he had it, I believe. Or he's smart and he figured out I have a counterspell. In which case, fair play. So now we are just going to tap out, I think. Right, so this is a guaranteed 5th land, which is nice. I will Bola Slinger here. Pump this to 4-2. Swing in. We'll get a bit of damage in. And if he has Invasion of Eldraine, then well played or well top decked. He's got an Inga. That's cool. Yeah. He could find Invasion of Eldraine in the top 3 and put it to the top here. It might be slightly more likely they'll have it next turn. Right, so I need my land drop, so we're discarding this. Playing the island, and I think I can discard. I can still discard 2 cards from this hand, so I'm going to put Gigan in the hand. Now, oh yeah, I can't actually. What is this? Your end step. So it doesn't work in my turn. Okay, I'm going to keep going aggressive. I'm going to attack with a 4-2. I think that's fine. Little issue is the double block. Yeah, he double blocks and then he draws 3 cards. Yeah. That's a big oops by me, because I was on the opposite side of that in a previous game today, so I should have realised. I hope you like your shiny 3 new cards. And Invasion of Eldraine be damned, I'm putting that in my hand now. Okay, that's a good one to help pump that thing up. So that I might have just given him the game there by letting him draw 3 cards. Honestly, draws another card. That's going to get pumped to 4-5, end of turn. But yeah, the killer will be hand removal, targeted hand removal, get rid of Gigan. I've still got a top deck of land, which is a bit tricky. Drag Recycler, yeah. Take 3. No blocks. Four, 5. Top deck of land. Beautiful. Right. He could also. He's playing blue. He could also have a counter spell. He's just drawn 1,000,000 cards as well. I'm going to tempt him into maybe blowing up the Bola Slinger. We could Temporal Cleansing the big creature, hold up, negate mana. It's possible. I think if he's got the counterspell, I'll just take it on the chin. I'm still on 16 life. I can still maybe stabilize. Yeah, good. Nice one. It was, yeah, I suppose you could say it was a bit telegraphed. I'll let him draw 3 cards. Yeah. Sometimes I'm my own worst enemy. Six damage. Another blocker. There's a Tidal Terror. Oof. Okay. Yeah, this is looking pretty bad. Now, what can I do? Kamigawa can tap that one down. Technically, we have 8 mana available, so because that's Convoke. Tap that down. Let's Temporal Cleansing that back into the deck. And just try and buy some time. But we've established he's got counterspells. That's something. This gives, if you do flip this, you get the 2/3 flyer. I'm not sure if we'll manage to do that, but did he put it? He put it on the bottom of the deck actually. Oh, that's nasty. So that's recast any spell for that costs X. However, it's just counterspell, isn't it? That he's got in there. Oh, including spells on my side of the board. Damn. Damn. I don't know what my out is. I feel like I might need that creature. Okay, we've got 2 counter spells now. It's a classic situation where I've completely been demolished on the board and I have 2 counter spells still in hand. Yeah. End the turn. Try and buy myself another turn. Possibly another 2 turns. I'll do the Wicked Slumber on you and you. That's definitely getting stunned. Do we put 2 stuns on that? We're going down to 6, then this thing swings in, we go down to 1. I have to put one on there as well, I think. I think that hopefully guarantees I get 2 more turns. It's a creature, I will do that. And then I can incubate 2, which is cool. This becomes 3/3, doesn't it? Who'd have thought letting my opponent just draw 3 cards for free would lead to this situation. Many people. So we could get an extra 2/2, or we can negate something. Probably have to trade off with an Etherblade agent here. I'm guessing he's flipping it here. Then what do we do about everything else? We're also taking 5 damage, so there isn't some kind. There's maybe an argument. No, I don't think there's any way of getting through this. Hang on, we've got 20 minutes left. He's got 16. We could just. Okay. Well, we're not going to actually flip that yet. So he's going to draw an extra card off this. I need an absolute miracle, but I'm going to block that. Well, what I specifically need would be another Wicked Slumber to tap those guys down again. By maybe 2 more turns. What is that? So 3/4 instant sorcery and dragon spells can't be countered. Oh, okay. Something tells me I should not be playing counter spells. Oh, I've still got 20 minutes left. There's a Tiller of Flesh. We're gonna. Obviously, he can make that unblockable and kill me. No attacks. Probably should just concede here, but let's see if he gives any more information about the deck that might be important. Because this is a huge piece of information. Rebound. Being of next upkeep, you can cast it from exile without paying its mana cost. Well, that's an incredible card. Okay, that's an enchantment that I can negate, which is pretty cool. I'm going to show that I've got negate, and I don't care, because I'm cutting it from the deck, I think. Put the extra creature back in. So, yeah, that's 5/6 unblockable. You have a 3/1 flyer, you should just win here. Yeah, got to be very, very careful when there's an Inga Rune-Eyes on the other side of the battlefield. Okay, we decided we're cutting negate. We'll risk Invasion of Eldraine, I think. We've got Assimilate Essence still in the deck. That counts as creatures or battles, so that's okay. And it gives me a creature. And we're doing switching that on. Just put the big flyer back in. Yeah, that seems fine. But yeah, that game was very, very winnable, and I blew it, I think. Letting him draw all those cards and then playing into the counter spell with my companion. Getting sloppy. Because, yeah, I had to sort of, I suppose I had to just say, well, look, he's probably got a counter spell. I've got something else I can do, maybe, but I've telegraphed the fact I've got my companion in my hand, so you can just hold that counter spell up for a while, I suppose. He's playing about 4 different colours in his deck as well. Okay, we do have a 2-drop. We've got a guaranteed 4th land there with the Terror. I think that's good. Play that. And this transforms for 3 mana into a 3/3. Oh, he's got his battle. He's got two of his mana again. We didn't see a massive amount of removal. Oh, Oracle of Tragedy, that's a nice one. Like the idea, if I can get a 4th land, Tiller of Flesh on 4, and then the battle will give me a... Oh no, it doesn't target, does it? It does target, yes. But you need the spell to target, not the enter the battlefield effect. Yeah, I think it doesn't work. So I probably just want to play Inga. Okay, so we could go aggressive, or we could make sure we've got a 4th land drop. I'm going to go aggressive here. He's dropped the Dreg Recycler. So let's pay a couple of life. Swing in. Gonna block and do the draw and discard again. He's looking for land, I think. No, he's discarding land. He's looking for maybe Invasion of Eldraine. He's looking for a bomb. Okay, Assimilate Essence. So I've just got to discard the little Tidal Terror here. Wait, no, I think I swing in first. Swing in first. Discard. For a land. Then I actually have a counterspell up, which is quite nice. So I'm ready for Invasion of Eldraine or a creature. Oh, so good. Right. We did it. I feel very chuffed about that. Right, I think we've got to do Inga Rune-Eyes and try and find these 2 extra land, because that is annoying, not having them. That guy can obviously do stuff. That can draw and discard, but it, you know, so could potentially draw and discard twice. No, let's put both of those on the bottom. I think that's the simplest policy there. There's the Inga Rune-Eyes. Oh, 3 on the bottom. Yeah, that's right. Got the land. I think here it's Bolus Slinger. Bolus Slinger. Let's make that an even bigger threat. Swing for 7. Threaten lethal next turn. Because we can take out 3 blockers with Wicked Slumber. He's hit 6 mana. He might have something big. Invasion of Fiora. And we'd both draw 3 cards, I believe. No. Okay, I'm just thinking. I mean, it looks like he's got something. Counterspell. But what does he have against the Wicked Slumber play here? Let's see. Take out 2 of your blockers. My Bolus Slinger's going to tap you down anyway. That's okay. 1 less mana. He's got 4 mana now. Okay, good game. Oh, we did it. Well, I said I'd try out the Cyberclaw Terror, and well, it worked. I think we only lost 1 game in that. That was the one. It's kind of, I threw the game away a little bit as well, with just letting him draw 3 cards off his Inga Rune-Eyes. That's nice. 4-0. I don't think I've ever had a 4-0 in best of 3. I've had 4-1 before. Sorry, I'll add that one. I'll have a look at the deck. Yeah, very, very tough choice. I went for Gyruda Cyberclaw Terror as a companion because I had pretty strong 2 and 4 drops in white, as you can see from the curve there. There were things like there were things to do on turn 3. So, for example, we saw Order of the Mirror. 3 mana, this can transform on turn 3. Obviously, you've got Gyruda you can put in your hand. But yeah, it was just quite a strong deck that's good at tapping down my opponent's creatures. 2 Bolus Slingers, 2 Wicked Slumbers, a Temporal Cleansing as well. And it's pretty consistent at hitting 6 lands. I've got Tidal Terror, I've got Oracle of Tragedy can draw and discard. I've got Rona that can draw and discard every turn. So, and also Flywheel Racer for in a pinch we can use this to make mana. This card's better if you have 1-drops in the deck. So you go 1-drop, Flywheel Racer 2, and then you can have 4 mana on turn 3. But it's not going to work because we don't have any 1-drops in this deck. So you can maybe have 5 mana on turn 4, but or you can possibly play a couple of 2-drops on turn 3. Anyway, yeah, this turned out to be good. The difficulty I had, though, was I had a fantastic white bomb that's 5 mana. I've got Boon-bringer Valkyrie, so it felt like a crime to not play this card. And I do like the green-blue uncommon, which I've had 2 or 3 times and not played it yet. The Emoti, Celebrant of Bounty, and I imagined my first pass I thought I was definitely going to play a deck with Emoti where I'm going to cast Herald of Doom and get a Cascade trigger and the Gyruda trigger. I thought that would be amazing, but I went with the idea that companions are broken. They're just an extra card you start the game with. It's a sort of guaranteed late game card in this case, and that would win me games a lot of the time, and that definitely paid off. Whereas you're not guaranteed to see your Boon-bringer Valkyrie at any point. And so that just seemed to work. So that was pretty nice. In the it's best of 3. We had negate I could bring in. I think we saw that in the last game for the Invasion of Eldraine. But that was interesting. And I think must be the first time I've gone 4-0 in best of 3 as well. Okay. So history made. Right. So I think that's the video. Thanks for watching.